So yeah, I've been playing Russian roulette with my life, and the woman I just talked to was really nice. I gave her high reviews after. If you stay on the phone, you can give them high reviews or low reviews or whatever. You can answer automated questions, pressing the button. She listened to me. She was thorough. And she basically said, you should have already turned it in. It doesn't look good that you wait so long. But I have not been suspended as of yet. And I basically said to her, but it could happen any day, right? She's like, yeah. We gave you the first 3 months, and now you haven't turned it in. They could suspend you tomorrow. I'm like, okay, but I'll at least going to get my benefits for April. She's like, oh, yeah, you'll get your benefits for April, but you could be suspended for May. So I'm not going to upload the videos from last night, or from early this morning, like I said. Only if I got... she can't say. They don't know. It's not up to them, and it's at the Social Security's discretion. And also, I said, well, how come they didn't already suspend me if I didn't get it in within 30 days? She's like, they have 40,000 people up for review. That's why. You've slipped through the cracks, basically. They can't do it that fast, but... and she did say something. She's like, well, they'll usually give you another 90 days, the second one, but you really shouldn't wait that long. It makes it look suspicious. It makes them look like you're hiding something. Like, I'm not waiting that long. I told her I just needed to... She's like, usually people will just send that in. It's just some questions. I'm like, no, it asks for dates. Like, you've gone to doctors and whatnot, and, it wasn't that simple. And she was trying to tell me, I'm like, I have the form right in front of me. It wants to know shit. And I explained, that I'd been going to therapy, but I quit it. My mom wanted to... It's all stuff she didn't really care about, but I'm just trying to... All I really wanted to get to the bottom was they won't tell you. They won't say, oh, yeah, there's no set thing. There's no, oh, yeah, they'll definitely give you a second 90 days. So, Russian roulette, like I said. And because I played Russian roulette, I'm not going to upload these videos until I can say I went back to therapy a month. And when is that going to be? Today's Wednesday. It's going to be either tomorrow or Friday. My mom's taking off to her friends tomorrow. I got to tell her, I'm not trying to be mean, but I matter too, you know what I mean? I want her to understand where I was coming from with this thing with Auntie and whatnot, It's not fair if she acts like she had no part in it, I should have her read that thing she sent off to my cousin. Yesterday she was saying, I can't stand any of this. I know, Mom, what do you want? I can. So, by the time you see any of my latest videos, I will have already gone off to therapy and sent in my forms. That's all I can say. Which means I'm planning on doing it tomorrow unless something horrible comes up or whatnot. And I'm just going to have to stay in the cage all day. And see, even if I lose my benefits, I know I'm not lying. Unfortunately, I didn't know this again until my cousin was pushing me to find out, and I was in shock when I did find out. I was not, my primary is not psychological, it's back problems. I haven't had any back problems since, since 2012, so I could definitely lose my benefits. If I haven't had any back problems, my primary is back, and I haven't had any back problems, then I can't lie and say I have when I haven't. You know what I mean? I haven't seen any doctor for any back problems. I could lose my benefits. Hopefully I will at least slip through the cracks in that I'm definitely getting April, and by the time I get the forms in and they review them, etc., etc., hopefully I'll get May's benefits too. You know what I mean? And I'm sure I will get May's because I'm going to get the forms in, and if they don't take away your benefits, you'll be up for a full medical review, up for re-review and whatnot, and that will take time, so I will at least get April and May's benefits, and then I could lose my benefits. Hopefully I won't, but I definitely could. And the reason being that I have not had any back problems. Oh, speaking of that, it's not back problems. Remember I hurt myself like a couple of months ago? Fell on the front steps. I still have pain from that when I move a certain way. It makes me wonder if it healed incorrectly or something. That's a little disturbing. That still hurts me. And it can hurt bad if I move the arm a certain way. I mean, shouldn't that have healed by now? It's been months. Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that. But, this bed is not the most comfortable bed in the universe. Not by a long shot. Oh, tonight my 600-pound life is on. I'm going to watch that. So like I said, I did do constructive stuff. I found my stuff I needed to find. I did play Russian roulette, and my friend's right. She's like, you shouldn't have done that. But basically they can't say. She's like, the longer you wait, it doesn't look good, it looks suspicious. So, if it says to get in within 30 days, you shouldn't not do it. You know what I mean? It's not looking good. And technically, I said to write out, so technically I could get suspended tomorrow. She's like, yeah, it's up to them. They decide. And once it's done, there's nothing you could do. You're going to have to go to a regular office and wait in line for hours and get the suspension removed, etc., etc. So it would behoove you. She didn't say that. I'm saying that to get your form in as soon as possible. But chances are, even if I do lose my benefits, it will take time. You know what I mean? It will take time to do a complete re-review and whatnot. So I should at least get them. I'll get them for April definitely, and I should, which is tomorrow, or 2 days from now. I'll get them on the 3rd. And I probably would get them for May too. So. That's it. You're not going to get any of these videos until, if I go tomorrow, which I probably will, until tomorrow night. And then you'll get them all at once. Do I feel a little better? Yeah. She didn't want to say it, but in the end, she was like, well, you know, they probably will give you another 90 days, but you shouldn't take that 90 days. They say 30, you need to get it in, and, you know. And I'm like, don't worry, I'm not. I'm getting it in, like, right away. So I'll do it. And I told her, she's like, you should have already sent it. I'm like, I know. I'm just trying to find out if I'm in danger of losing my benefits. I'm not saying that I was right in not sending it in. I'm not trying to do that. You know? I do feel a little better, and I have not yet been suspended. And I'm definitely not going to not get my April's benefits, you know what I mean? So, worst case scenario, she said, if they suspend you, then there's no little form like that. You definitely up for a full re-review. And it doesn't look good that you didn't send the forms in, so I'll do it tomorrow. To my friends, my online friends, all I can say is forgive me for ignoring you for a week. It's not like I'm ignoring you because I'm off with my new beau or something, you know. It's just the opposite. It's extremely depressed. Oh my God, you wouldn't believe how fast I got through to Social Security. That never happens. I got through so fast I couldn't even, I was in shock how fast I got through. I was like, oh my God, am I getting through? It's only been a few minutes. I've never waited less than a half hour. I mean, I'm sure there might have been times I waited like 15 minutes, but you know what I mean? This was like a few minutes. It was a miracle. It was like, I was in shock. I've been sleeping with the cotton balls in my ears, and it's not bad. At least, and it doesn't bother me like earplugs do, you know. It just, at least it muffles the sound a little bit, enough that I can sleep deeper when my mom's up, you know what I mean? Not that that's an excuse to be staying up all night, but then again, these are extenuating circumstances. You know, I'm actually doing constructive things. Am I creating videos too? Yeah, I shouldn't be doing that. I should be going to bed, but I'm trying. I'm working on it, you know. So I didn't lose my benefits for April, and if I do lose them, it won't be for May either, because it'll mean that once they get the form, they have to actually they have to find the time to review it, etc., and then they have to decide whether they want to do a full medical review, and that will take time. So I won't be losing my benefits for May either, as long as I get the form in. Know what I mean? And I'm gonna. It's not like I'm trying to fuck them over. It's not like I didn't turn it in. She's like, well, it looks like you have something to hide when you don't, you and anybody, if you don't turn it in a timely manner. And no, I don't have anything to hide. I'm just all fucked up and I didn't do it. And, you know, it's like, because I'm scared and I'm going to lose them. But, you know, if I push the envelope and later I send it in, at least, I mean, you know, I didn't lose April, and I'm not going to lose May either, because even if I'm up for full, complete review, that takes time, you know what I mean? It takes time, so I have to... I won't lose May either. Again, as of right now, I have 17 in the bank. With another 1,000 coming, a little over 1,000 coming in a couple days. And I'll end with this. I'll be devastated if I lose my benefits. But better to lose my benefits in the summer than in the fucking middle of winter, particularly this last historical winter here in Massachusetts, okay? Everything's better for me in the summer. You know what I mean? If I lose my benefits in the summer, it's not going to cripple me the way it would losing them in the winter time. That's why when I was up for review that last time, and my mom had just got that thing came, and it was my mom had just got section, and then, you know what I mean? Fuck that form, I'll burn it. You guys know how it was when I got it. I'm like, oh my god, I never blindsided. The woman I just talked to was very nice. Her name was Michelle. She's like, yeah, we can have you up for review anytime, every year if we want. I know I didn't. I'm like, I've never been on this in my life, okay? Until 2012, October 2nd, I'd never been on Social Security, disability, or anything like that in my life. You know, it's not like Donald, where he's been on it. When I'd met him, he'd been on it for the past 10 years prior to me meeting him, you know. Something... you know, a very important thing you neglected to tell me. Intentionally neglected, of course. Because it's a stigma. You know? I don't pretend otherwise. You think I put out on personal ads that I'm on Social Security disability? No. But if I met someone, I'd have to tell them if it was becoming any kind of, you know... The woman who gave me the Brazilians, like, you don't have to tell them anything. You're smart, you're beautiful, you can tell them you write. You can tell them you're a freelance writer. Obviously, I told her, you know what I mean? And she's like, you don't have to, Laura. You don't have to tell them anything. Yeah, I actually do, because that's the type of person I am. Wonderful woman who gives me my Brazilian and who tells me all kinds of great crap, even that I can date younger guys if I want to. Not that I need her permission, but she told me a story. One of her clients, 22, and met and married like a 42-year-old woman with 2 kids, and they're in love, and, you know, but she said he's like an old soul, you know. So that's not a case where he's a typical 22-year-old and she's just like a kid. It's that he's an old soul, and he's, you know, she said they're together and they're happy, and, you know. Because I was telling her I get it's a turn on, it's exciting, I get responses from young hot guys who think I'm hot. And I upload recent pictures, not like I'm playing the, I'll upload something from 10 years ago game. So, and I'm like, but that's like young enough to be my son. And she's like, who cares? She's awesome anyway. She's older than me. She's just awesome. I can't say anything more. She's just fucking a trip and a half. She tells me stories. She's just incredible. Last time I went, I'm like, because I told her about what happened with my mom and all this crap. I didn't say about the lawsuit and the court, and then I was like hugging her, and the receptionist probably doesn't like knowing what's going on. I'm like, this woman's so awesome, and then I'm like, I don't mean it like, I'm not being like sexual or anything. She's just like a, she's just like a mom or something. She's just awesome, and then she goes, I wouldn't let that happen anyway. She's married and she's not, and she hugged me before, She's a huggy person. She hugged me one time before I had hugged her, so, she's just awesome. And she does this, and she's awesome, and she's older, and she's a trip and a fucking half. She's open as fucking hell. And she just tells me stories, and cause people tell her stories, you're sitting there bare-ass naked, and, and you talk about sex, talk about why people get shaved and waxed to begin with, and, so a lot of times it is for sexual reasons, to please your partner, or to not have your partner choking on hair, and, so she's just awesome. You can't be uptight and give people, I'm sure people are, but she's not, and I love her, and I don't want to go to anyone else, so. But it's just like a hairdresser. She tells me, people tell me all their life stories and whatnot, and I have not only gone back into therapy, but have sent my form to social